Have you read The Artist's Way? I started reading this book about 3 weeks ago and writing my morning pages every single day consistently for the past 3 weeks, and I think it's already changing my life. If you don't know who I am, my name's Andrea, the word engineer, a former engineer turned freelance book editor living in Mexico. I help aspiring writers and authors, as well as thought leaders, subject matter experts, entrepreneurs, get their books out into the world. So I started reading The Artist's Way, like I said, about 3 weeks ago, and I'll put a copy of the book right here. A little picture of it should pop up. And I wanted to read this book because I've heard it numerous times. Like I've come across the title maybe like 3 or 4 different times just within this year. So I finally decided to pick it up and start reading it. And I want to say like it's been good. It's been really good. So if you don't know what the book is about, it's kind of like a 12-week course, and every week they have different chapters for you to read and information for you to intake and digest. And at the end of that chapter, it gives you specific tasks that you should do for that week. The whole purpose is kind of to, get you out of a creative rut, to help with your writer's block if you're a writer, for example, or if you're an artist and maybe you haven't been inspired to paint anything or draw anything, or if you're a singer, a songwriter, maybe you haven't tapped into that side of wanting to write creatively for your craft. So it helps you in creative ways from that aspect, and I think it may even help creatively just in your day-to-day tasks. So not necessarily to create per se, but just in day-to-day tasks see things to see things in a different light, in a different view, in a more creative way. And also, I am in the process of writing my very first book. It's going to be nonfiction, but on some of those days that I have been writing, I do feel a sense of like, oh, what am I going to write about? And there's a bit of writer's block that I'm experiencing time to time, not all the time. And I thought that maybe this book will help tap into that creative side of me and bring it more out. So that's the main reason why I wanted to start reading this book, as well as the numerous times that I've seen the title of this book pop up in various ways in my life, like just within this year. So I mentioned at the intro of the video that I've been writing what's called morning pages. So one of the tasks that's recommended for you to do every single day is to write 3 pages of just whatever comes to your mind first thing in the morning. So it's like a stream of consciousness that you're just getting whatever thoughts and ideas that you have inside of your brain onto a notebook or some type of document, right? So I've been doing that consistently for the past 3 weeks. And another task that's required is to say your basic principles. So there's like 10 basic principles that Julia recommends that you say, and I've been doing those every morning and every night. And I'll insert a picture as well, insert a little picture of what the 10 basic principles are. So you can pause the video and take a screenshot if you want to have a look at them, or you can just buy the book and support the artist as well. And then another task, for example, that you're recommended to do, and this one you just do once a week, is what's called an artist date. So on the artist date, it's like you're taking yourself out on a date, just you alone, not with any friends, not with your partner, just with you alone, and you do something to spark your creative drive or something that you used to love doing as a child. So it could be going on a walk, it could be taking yourself to the movies or going to your favorite restaurant, or maybe you want to take a class, like a guitar class if that's an interest of yours, or maybe you had that passion as a child and it's something that you haven't done in a really long time as an adult. Maybe you want to do that type of activity. So that would be your artist date, and that's recommended. And that's recommended for you to do at least once a week. So I mentioned I am in week 3 of the book, The Artist's Way, and in one of the sections for this chapter is called synchronicity. So let me just pull up the definition of what synchronicity is. So let me pull up my laptop. Okay, so I did just a quick Google search on the word synchronicity, and we'll just read the AI overview that they have here. So synchronicity, as defined by Carl Jung, refers to the simultaneous occurrence of events that appear meaningfully related, yet lack a discoverable causal connection. It's about events coinciding in time, sometimes even seemingly mirroring each other, and feeling significant beyond mere chance. While Jung believed in the meaningfulness of these coincidences, they are often dismissed by scientists as random occurrences. So, synchronicity involves events that seem to have a relationship or parallel, even though there's no logical reason for it. These events happen around the same time, often in a way that feels like a meaningful connection. There's no clear cause and effect relationship between the events, making them seem like random coincidences. The events often feel deeply personal and meaningful to the individual experiencing them. Okay, so why do I bring up the word synchronicity and why I wanted to give a little breakdown of the definition? Well, this morning, right? So I said I've been doing my morning pages every single day consistently, and it usually takes me about 30 to 35 minutes to do them every single morning. So this morning, as I was just journaling essentially in my notebook that I have here, um, I just was writing out my stream of consciousness and I went into like this little rant, right? This rant of like all the things that I have to do day to day, week to week. And for me, it just feels super overwhelming because I'm a freelancer slash solopreneur. So like all of the tasks and responsibilities and things I have to do to support myself all fall on me. You know, I don't have a traditional 9 to 5 or some type of outside work to, bring money in. So if I'm not like promoting myself, marketing myself, putting myself out there in different ways to find clients, that means I'm not making any money. So it feels like there's like so much on my proverbial plate, so to speak. Like my plate is overwhelming and it's overwhelming for me as well. And I put this in this rant in my morning pages. And I'm going to read a brief section of my morning pages just to show you what I'm talking about, and that will tie into what I'm going to tell you next in the video. Now, keep in mind that these morning pages are meant to be private. In the book, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, she does say like, don't let anyone read your morning pages. They're supposed to be kept private. And she even recommends for you to not even go back and read your morning pages. Now, I don't know if that changes later in the program. Like I said, I'm only in week 3. It's a 12-week program. I don't know if she recommends going back to read them later towards the end of the program. But as of right now, week 3, she recommends not even reading them. So I'm kind of going against the program by reading them. But I want to do it for the purpose of this video. All right, so I have my morning pages pulled open to the page that I have this little rant in. So my head will be down as I am reading, okay? So it says, so I have so much on my proverbial plate. I got to edit, I got to market, I got to respond to emails, DMs, Fiverr messages. I got to post on social media and on YouTube. And then based off of that, if I get any comments, I got to like, heart, or reply to those comments. I got to study the courses and programs that I'm in and take action on those programs. I got to track my expenses every month. I got to make sure I cook so I don't spend too much money eating out all the time. So that means I got to make weekly grocery runs. I got to do my morning pages and meditate and have my coffee and protein shake first thing in the morning. I got to spend at least an hour Monday through Friday writing toward my book that hopefully comes out later this year. I got to get all of my business stuff more organized and in order. I got to pay my bills. I got to go to the ATM and take some money out because I got to pay rent. I got to walk or exercise at least 5 days a week. I got to stretch my body or do yoga so I don't get stiff from sitting in my chair all day. And as a note, I got to make sure I'm not sitting all day or sitting for long periods of time, as I am an editor and most of the work that I do requires me to be sitting down at my laptop. I got to get my daily amount of water in. I got to make weekly runs to the water station to fill up my water jugs because, as you know, you can't drink the water in Mexico. I got other things I still need to handle back in the States that I will eventually get to, as well as whatever else I gotta do that I can't think of at the moment. Oh, yeah, I gotta sleep, I gotta eat, I gotta brush my teeth, and I gotta wash my face and body every day. So that was my little rant that I had this morning that just came out in a stream of consciousness. Like I didn't have this thought beforehand. It was just something that came to me as I was sitting down with my notebook and my little orange mechanical pencil, just writing it all down, right? So in my rant, I mentioned that I am a part of different courses and programs that I'm currently taking and doing right now. So I'm reading The Artist Way, which is a 12-week course to help me tap into my creative side and build that creativeness that I desire to have. And I'm also in this program with this entrepreneur. Her name is Arlan Hamilton. And she created this school program called Your First 5K Club. So I'm in that program to kind of help me as far as the entrepreneur side of me, the freelancer side of me, to build my streams of income outside of just trading my time as a freelancer. So I'm in that program to help that side of me. I'm reading The Artist Way to tap into the creative side of me. So hopefully in tandem, it'll help me be a more whole and better person business wise and creatively, right? So yeah, in her program, she's teaching us and many other people. I think there's like 500 members in the group now. She's teaching us how we can make our first $5,000 online, just through various strategies and techniques that you can do it. And if that's something you're interested in, I will drop the link in the comments if you want to sign up. I think it's $9 a month, so it's not too expensive. It's within my price range, because I am on a budget. Yeah, if you do sign up for it, it is an affiliate link, so I would get a small commission. But yeah, check it out if it's something you're interested in. So in her so in Arlen's school program, she posted a video maybe about an hour or 2 hours ago about how she's using ChatGPT to help her be more effective and more efficient as an entrepreneur. And it's helping her even grow her YouTube channel, which obviously I'm on YouTube. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel as well. And in a video, she pulls up her chat GPT and she writes out a prompt on how she uses it to create titles for her YouTube channel. And she also gives different prompts on different ways that you can make money. And towards the end of the video, she highlights a prompt that I haven't done yet, but I think I'm going to do just because I'm curious. And then the prompt, it says, what are three weaknesses and how can I use these weaknesses to make money? So I haven't tried that prompt yet, but I'm gonna give it a shot because that's intriguing, right? For me, I felt like the video really resonated with me because I just wrote in my morning pages this morning this whole rant of how I feel super overwhelmed of all the things that I have to do day to day, week to week, as a freelancer, solopreneur, as an artist, as a writer now, as an aspiring author, and I have so much on my plate, right? And this video is showing me different ways that I can use AI or Chat GPT to kind of help take some of those things off my plate, and make me be more efficient, more effective as a content creator, as a freelancer, as a businesswoman, as an entrepreneur, solopreneur, and how to market myself and how to put myself out there in different ways that I can make money online outside of just trading my time as a freelancer because in theory, if I'm able to make more money, I can then hire an assistant, like a virtual assistant, to help take some of these things off my plate. I don't feel so overwhelmed and like, how am I possibly gonna even accomplish all of the things that I want to accomplish in life with all the things that I have to do? So I felt like that video was like perfect timing in relation to that rant that I went on this morning that I wrote in my morning pages, and then me remembering that I'm in week 3 of The Artist Way, and I just read a section on synchronicity, and I just gave you the definition of synchronicity, how it involves events that seem to have a relationship or parallel, even though there's no logical reason for it. Events happen around the same time, often in a way that feels like a meaningful connection. There's no clear cause and effect relationship between the events, making them seem like random coincidences. The events often feel deeply personal and meaningful to the individual experiencing them. And I can't help but think like, is this the synchronicity part of the artist way that I'm experiencing? Am I tripping? Like am I trying to pull this together too much? Or is this actually like a synchronicity event that's taking place in my life right now? So I'm choosing to see this experience of writing those morning pages in my rant, as well as then watching Arlen's video as the answer to the morning pages that I wrote in my journal, in my notebook. So let me know your thoughts on that. Am I tripping, or is this a synchronicity moment that's happening in my life right now? Drop it in the comments and let me know your thoughts. And And I'll leave Arlen's video in the description below, or perhaps in the comments. If you're a creative and you're looking for different ways to maybe make some money using ChatGPT, I'll drop that in the comments as well so you can check it out. So if you're a creative, if you're a freelancer, you're an entrepreneur, even a writer, and you need to market yourself, you need to get your book out into the world in different ways. Check out her video. She gives different tips and prompts that you can use to kind of help yourself. To help yourself put yourself more out there, to take some things off of your plate, to make the marketing side maybe a little bit easier, the promotion side maybe a little bit easier. So I just want to share that experience with you all today in reading The Artist's Way. If you haven't read this book, I would encourage it. Like I said, I'm only in week 3, so I still have, what, 9 more weeks to go. And I'm excited for creative ways that will show up in my life, as well as more of these synchronicity events that take place in my life over the course of the next 9 weeks. So drop it in the comments. Have you read this book before? How did it help you on your creative journey? Especially for writers and authors, did it have a life-changing effect in your life when you did the course, the 12-week course? I'm curious because I'm in the process of doing it, and I would love to hear other people's perspectives on the book. So make sure you like this video, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll see y'all in the next one.